Okay, Dave. I just wanted to show you just a couple of things, and I've got Charlie Wee on the right here, who is he's a stack and tilt guy, and he's probably the poster child for stack and tilt. And the first thing you're going to see with him, and I shot this video not this year but last year at the BMW, and the first thing you're going to see is his ball position. Um, Typically, what you'd like to see is you'd like to see your ball position about one club head length inside your heel. Okay, so if you look at Charlie and then you look at you, now I'm a little bit to the left here, so don't get freaked out. His is not that far up. He's actually right, almost perfect. Okay. One thing you start to see now with a lot of these guys, especially the stacking tilters, what we like to do is we want to try to get that left knee outside the left ankle to begin with. Um, you're kind of behind the eight ball to begin with because your weight, you can see your weight is almost sunk into your right heel. Which, and if you look at Charlie's, everything about his setup just screams hit down. He's really swinging down. He's hitting a 3 or 4 iron, 4 iron right here, and you're hitting a 5. But shouldn't be much difference. The other thing is look at where the ball position comes up on his left ear, and then look at yours. I mean, yours is almost trying to get to the right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Charlie back as slow as I can, and he makes just a tad bit of a move to the right, but he only does that with his longer clubs. Okay, but his weight never really. See, you can see right here, his weight's already back into his left side, so he doesn't slide over into his right side like it. You look at it and you go, man, he really makes a big move into his right side, but he really doesn't. Okay, now you're going to see his head never gets back in front of that line where it started. Now here's the big thing right here, and all your issues are sequencing issues, and it's costing you probably at least a club and a half with your irons. But it's probably costing you 30 or 40 yards with your driver. Watch how his left knee how quick it gets outside of his foot. Okay, that's called counterfall. As his lower body transitions to the left, the arms drop straight down. If there was a nail, a big nail in the ground back here, he's trying to take the butt of his club and drive that nail straight down, laterally, or excuse me, vertically, straight down. He doesn't let those hands get in front of his toes, in front of his baseline. And I'll talk more about that from the front or down the line. Let's just take a look. Let's put a mark right here on your left knee. Okay. See, I like how you do a better job of staying centered than he does. Okay. So your legs, lower body's just, I wouldn't call you lazy because you're not a lazy boy by nature, but in your golf swing, that lower body's just not working hard for you. And see how your left knee never really gets outside. See how straight that is right there. Okay, and look at his right leg. Look how his right leg is almost straight, and he's not as far into the downswing as you are. Okay. We'll try to stop both of you guys. P5, position 5. Position 4 is the top of your swing. Position 5 is when the left arm is basically parallel to the ground. So that's P5, position 5. Okay. Now, probably another big thing is how shut your club face is. I'm not worried about that right now. That's down the food chain a little bit. Might be some grip issues, but what that means is you just can't rotate your left arm counterclockwise, and that costs just a little power too. That's your number 3 power accumulator. in golfing machine parlance. Okay, but both of you guys are in the same spot, and look how he's driving his lower body, and you're not. That's huge right there. Huge. Alright, so I'm going to stop. That's P5. I'm going to stop you at P6 when the club is parallel to the ground. Okay? Not a bad position, but the legs still aren't working for you. Now look how open his hips are to the target. I'm going to change color here for a little contrast. Look where his belt buckle's pointing. Okay? Right leg is almost straight. Left knee, I mean, you can just, it screams lower body. Okay? And then your belt buckle kind of pointing to the ball here. Okay? Alright, so here we are at impact. I'm going to clear up some of these lines. Okay, so you want the fastest point of the swing to be right down here at impact. That's where you want the club to be moving the quickest. You notice how his left arm and the club are in a straight line. Okay, your straight line comes pretty much about right. There's your straight line. And we're really kind of looking from the elbow down. But here's your straight line. So right here, all the club can do is slow down. Okay? Your right arm is straightened out. You look at Charlie's. His right arm's still bent on his hip. Yours is straightened out, so you've thrown all your power early. Okay? Obviously, I'm not going to beat you up anymore over the legs, because we know about that. The upper body position, I mean, you're in a good position to strike the ball, but this is the kind of stuff right here that, especially as skilled as you are around the greens, I mean, you got great scoring skills. But this is why, you know, when you play bad, it's a mid-80s. You're good enough, you should be able to play bad and shoot in the high 70s, even mid-70s. You know, I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to shoot par on your golf course from any tee, other than you know, you don't practice. But you can see there's a foot right there. You're a foot from the ball. His ball's already gone, and your arm's straight. All right, so now we'll see right here. See, when you get to the ball, all right, let's just call. Yeah, that's about as close as I can get to impact. But see that angle right there? Your hands have stopped and the club has passed, and your hips have stopped. In a minute, I'm going to show you what we talk about hip stall. But okay, see, now your left arm, because your arms are trying to race past those hips, that's where you get that little chicken wing look right there. See how hard it is for you to stay extended? See that angle? Now let's watch Charlie. And this is what he really does good, keeping those arms straight. Okay. Zach Johnson. Think Zach Johnson. I don't have any video of him, but he does a really good job of keeping his arms straight for a long time post-impact. So see right here, your legs never really, let's see, your legs are pretty close to where Charlie's were, but then everything just kind of quits. When you hang back, you can tell your weight never really gets to the left side like it should. Okay, see how straight up and down he is. In fact, I'd like to see him, you know, even a little bit more of a reverse C, which is not a bad thing, because what happens is this position you're in right here. This is why people hurt their backs, because your hips. Notice how he's stacked over his left side. His left leg, his legs are under his hips are under his torso. See, your upper body, your hips are up here. Your hips are up here and your upper body's back there. That's what's hard on the back. Alright. I'm going to try to find some good video from down the line, and I'll send that to you as well. Just shoot me a little reply saying, hey, I got this and saw it. Let's see. I want to touch on one more thing, and that's that little thing about the hip stall that I talked about. Hip stall is when, remember, the golf swing is like a 4-stage rocket. Hips, knees, legs, hips, torso, arms, or club. I want you to watch Charlie right here. Okay, in his first move, see his lower body is almost, it actually is going toward the target where his club ever reaches the top. Okay, so right now the lower body's initiated the downswing. Now just watch his hips. See the pleats in his pants turning, and watch how quick he tucks his hips underneath. That's where it happens, right there. Okay, right there. His hips, it's like he's thrusting, and I hate to use the term, Suzanne, if you're listening to this, cover your ears, but it's like he's having sex, doing it doggy style right here. He's pushing his hips up, forward, and up, okay, as they rotate. See right here, this is where it happens, right there. Okay, so let's watch yours. See, they never thrust upward. Okay, watch your left knee. You've got to get that left knee outside your left ankle as quick as you can. Alright, so both of you are at P5 right here with the left arms parallel to the ground. Here's your left knee. Okay. Here's Charlie's. Big difference. Huge difference. Okay, and what happens is he's able to, his hips don't stop, and every good golfer's lower body stalls. It's where it stalls. Okay, so they're turning and thrusting, turning. About right here is where they slow down, and then they catch back up again. These segments I'm talking about in the kinetic sequence, what happens is the legs move, and then they stop for a split second. Then the hips pick up speed, and then they stop. Then the torso picks up speed, and it stops. Then the arms and club picks up speed. Each segment picks up speed from the preceding segment. I'll try to find a link and send it to you that explains the kinematic sequence and how that works. So you're stalled right here. You've got more spin right in here. See, this is where your arms race past. Watch your left foot too. See, your left foot kind of spins back to the heel. The toe comes up. When your upper body races past, when it's moving faster than the lower body, the arms run out of room. That's where the chicken wing comes from. Okay, it's hard to, take a club and hold it out in front of you and just try to keep your lower body stable, like it's in concrete, and then just turn your upper body, and you'll see you don't have as much range of motion, and then that left arm has to back up because it runs out of room. But if the hips are turning too, you can keep those arms extended the whole way. And that's what you see with the good ball strikers. See right in here? This happens because the lower body is out of sequence. The only thing I can really compare it to is in old school hitters in baseball. We used to, have the step in the bucket. You step, and then everything just works from the ground up. That's what we're talking about. In golf, you don't really get to step, but it would happen right there. And let's watch Charlie again. His step in the bucket would happen right there. Boom. Okay. So again, when you get this, just give me a holler. I'm getting a cold, so it's kind of hard to understand.